Hey guys, and welcome to this week's live trading. So I'm actually already in this position. I'm in two positions over here, and I was just waiting for this pullback over here, and it gave me that, and I entered the two positions. I was looking to add on to the trade itself, but I wasn't necessarily able to get in, as I was in the moment of kind of preparing for recording this video. But be that as it may, guys, we're already in the trade. I'll bring the account out shortly, and I'll show you guys what we are trading with. So if I just bring the account up over like this over here, you guys can see that we are currently running at $8 profit. Amazing. Now bear in mind, guys, that I have decided to increase my risk substantially in that I've decided to go ahead and kind of make this a challenge account. And I just want to build it to a certain value point to where I'm going to share more information with you guys as it relates to this specific account because I was given an opportunity to manage this amount of capital and actually grow it in a proven given of time. But in order for me to do that, there's a certain target that I would have to hit, and so that's me actually going ahead and building the account now towards that specific level. But with all that being said, guys, I want to get the stops set into place so you guys can see that we're already in the trade. And I want to get the stops in. So first and foremost, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get these stops set and sorted. Okay, so let's just pull the levels in here. So we're looking to go long. So we're long. We wanted to go long on that candle over there, but it formed while I was in the process of prepping for today's video. Um, okay, so our levels are as follows. Our levels are as follows. Our entry price is at entry price levels of 1.223. That's the price that we entered on. And then I'm going to look to give this a bit of scope with a 15 pip stop actually, because I have two and I don't have three. I'll give it about a 15 pip stop. And then our target. So our target is actually going to be 23 pips. So I just want to get that. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be our target level. That's the level that we target. Wrong numbers. Okay. So it's 1.20. That's the price that we look to target. So we're looking at a quick 1.5% return on this trade. A little bit more as I have increased the risk partially. But let's go ahead and break it down. Now, the reason that I've taken this specific trade is because we have sufficient amount of positive momentum in the background. The daily has actually given us its first higher low, and with the daily giving us its first higher low, I'm actually surprised that I'm in this position because if you guys watched the weekly forecast, I actually anticipated that the market will possibly want to run down all to these lows before running to the upside. Now, I'm not saying that that's not the case, but I'm saying that we are kind of in a swing where the market has broken this corrective pattern over here, and based on that, we have the potential to kind of run even all the way up to 4 hour the 4 hour moving average over here that lines up with the R1 pivot. Um, and that is very, very good. I mean, I'm being very, very conservative here because I'm going to look to take one of the units off on 23, and then I will look to run the others to about this level over here, which will see me actually closing both trades out hopefully by the end of today. So yeah, guys, that's the thought process that I have behind this particular entry point. And again, like I said, it's mainly because I'm trading the short term moves on the market. So I use a lot of background information to ensure that when I take a position, the probability is really in my favor, and I try to identify this as best I can. Now, obviously, you guys saw on the channel with our live trades, we don't always get winning trades, we definitely do have our fair share of losers. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I am currently in a drawdown, um, personally, and because with my personal accounts, and because I'm in a drawdown, one just has to constantly refine and always work on your process, not necessarily go and find a new strategy. The objective is not necessarily to find a new strategy, but actually to continue refining and developing the trader's mindset, and that's the objective. So even though I'm in a drawdown, one thing I can always kind of turn to is the fact that my risk management structure is always of that will ensure that this account will never see the day of zero. Okay, I can lose 1,000 trades in a row and I will still not be able to see zero balance in the account because risk management is of the highest priority over here. And even though we are taking a fair share of risk, bear in mind that the risk that we're taking is based on the probability of the specific setup. And I think what we have over here is a very, very good setup. And that's why I look to take 2 units. I actually wanted to, like I said, build the account up, but I wasn't necessarily able to do that. So I got two positions in, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, I'm very, very happy with that, with those 2 units. So I just want to get in. I want to get these stops in. I'm going off on a rant here, and I didn't even put in my stop losses. Um, just get that set up, and then I'll bring the account up for you guys so that you can see where we are in relation to this specific pair. It looks like this could be one of those quick days. That's the third trade. Um, I'm I'm gonna see if I can run it all the way up till this point of view. I'll put a bit of a limit. But if you guys look at it, we're doing very well. I mean, the trade is starting to run quite nicely, and like I said, the only reason that I'm starting to kind of trade with these higher numbers or these higher figures is because I need to get this particular account added to a specific level where the challenge will actually begin. And like I said, my personal accounts is in a drawdown as well as the accounts that I'm managing. We all in a drawdown, and that's absolutely fine. The drawdown can literally within 2 to 3 trades, we could be not only over over above water, but actually be far beyond it as well. But essentially drawdowns are inevitable, and so the objective, like I said, is not to change the strategy. It is to refine and better the mindset behind your ability to identify opportunity, and just continue plugging away. Do not give up. So yes guys, I'm going to park it there for this morning. I'll come back as soon as we have something to report. It looks like this is a very good trading, so this is a very good run over here that we have, and it's kind of giving me another signal to suggest that it might want to drop, it might want to run even further up, but I'm going to leave that for another time. I'm not looking to build on this position. I think the earlier we're able to get this recording out, the better. And so the question that we face now is, can the market roll over? Well, this is literally going to close within the next minute. And so the next candle that opens could possibly want to pull back further down, but I don't suspect that it has the capacity to pull down so far that it will stop us out. But I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. That's definitely something that could be the case. It happened to me most probably more than I would like to admit, specifically whilst in the positions that I've took lately, and that's the reason for my drawdown. But yes, guys, I don't want to go off on a tangent here. I'm going to go ahead and press pause, and then we'll come back and see how this specific candle has responded to the market. But up until then, let me just go ahead and press pause. Okay, guys, so we not too far from our target. We do have a bit of a pullback, which is granted. Just get the account up. So as you guys can see, you have the take profit signal just kind of illuminating over there, which suggests that we're very close to getting taken out on our profit target. But the question that I usually get in instances like this is, So why don't you just take the trade? Sorry, why don't you just take the profit? I mean, you're so close to it. Why don't you just close the position? Now, I granted there are times when I do that. Obviously, I would have to evaluate and see if the market is running into a certain, level of resistance, or if the market is at a turning point or it's giving me a reversal signal. That will be the case that I would actually look to take a message from the market, and then either what I would usually do is I'll move the trade to break even, or I'll go ahead and I will actually close the trade out altogether. um, but essentially, one of the key things you want to always do is you want to be able to run your profits and cut your losses. Not to say that if this specific position was to run all the way here down in my stop loss zone, and by running in my stop loss zone, you guys will be able to see that if I'm so close to getting stopped out, does it mean I take the trade out? Well, absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have to give the market an opportunity to really do what it was going to do in the first place. Um, but I can understand that there is nothing more frustrating than to be a cat's whiskers hair away from being taken out on your profit only to have the market roll over and actually run all the way down to take you out on your stop loss. There is absolutely nothing more frustrating than that. But in the same breath, one has to always be mindful that you have to truly commit to your process. And so, one of the people that I really look up to, and I actually want to take an opportunity to mention this guy on my channel because I mean, he's a massive, massive, not only is an inspiration, but he's a great role model to me. And, I've had the opportunity I've had the opportunity of conversing with him a few times, and he's Charlie Burton. And if you guys go ahead and check out his channel, Easy Trader, you can check out Easy Trader. I mean, that's where I got the ideas of going ahead and doing the live trades because this is a trader that puts his neck on the line every single week. Him and his partner, Watson, and they put their necks on the line, which is such a rare thing. And because of that, I mean, I have such a great deal of respect for them that they've inspired me to do the same because at the end of the day what it comes down to is um, you have to not only be transparent with those that you are mentoring, but you have to be transparent all over because you have nothing to hide. And if you really do have the ability to do this, then essentially that shouldn't be a problem. And this is what these guys do week in and week out, and I have such a great deal of respect for them. So guys, I think let me just bring the account up. We are basically so close to getting taken out. There we go. So you guys just saw the profit was taken, it closed off, and let me just go ahead and take a screenshot of that so that you guys can see. We currently running to our next target. Let me just put our next target in over here. Um, that so the target is still at the same point. Um, But sorry, our next target is different. My apologies because it's a bit higher. It's actually at the R1, so it's 1.2275. That's where our next take profit level is going to be. All the way up, it's about 30 pips. I'm actually going to round it off to about 30 pips. Because there's actually been one trade this week that has missed my trade by a single pip and did a complete reversal during the course of the night. That was quite annoying. But let me go ahead and get the screenshot put up for you so that you can see. So you guys can attest to the fact that in we have in fact gone out and we've been taken out on our take profit. So that I'm so happy that that was recorded on the video. Let me go ahead and get a screenshot over here. Okay, I'm gonna do a screenshot of this position. There you go. Here we go. So that's the trade that we've taken. This is the time we've taken it at. This is Central African time, and we took it this morning. And we put in our stops, we put in our targets, and that is the result for the day, or on that particular trade. Um, so yeah, I think that was a good position in and of itself. We just have this trade now that kind of needs to play. play ball with us, but I'm not too concerned about this. What I am going to do is I'm going to move this to break even now. I'm moving it to break even because I still see the potential of the market definitely building momentum to the upside. But at the same time, I don't want to risk unnecessary. So what I will do is I'll just move over to break even so that all risk will now be off the table, and then we will ultimately have closed the day off on a small profit. So let's just do that 23, and that's our enterprise. So now we move to break even. All risk is off the table, and we cannot lose. Um, I will keep you guys updated with regards to how this specific position plays out. But before I was interrupted by the market taking us out on our take profit, I want to continue just talking about Easy Trader, and please guys just know that I've been fortunate enough, to be invited to their trading rooms when they make it available. I stay in South Africa, and so it is quite expensive for me on this side of the world to enroll in the program. Although, if anything, I would love to. But essentially, I share this with you guys because my heart's desire, truly, is to develop and see traders develop in the right manner. And the only way that you can do that is if you learn the skills needed to succeed in this business. And 90% of that skills is psychological. It doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how brilliant your strategy is, it doesn't matter how much you know about the market. It all comes down to your psychology, and that is ultimately the most important aspect of your success. So this is what Charlie Burton, Tim Watson, and the team at Easy Trader focuses on. They really push it forward. They really make sure that every person that does their program is given these skill sets. And I really do hold them in very high regard. Um, and yeah, I mean, this is where I got the idea to go live, to put my neck on the line, just as these guys do week in and week out. And so, if anything, I would encourage you, please go and check out the videos. They have thousands of recorded content from 7 years ago, in fact, where they upload these Friday live tradings. And week in and week out, like I said, they've been so consistent in uploading this content, in showing you guys how they trade, in showing you guys not necessarily how they trade, but how they take physical trades. And it's just been um, such an inspiration to a point where it has encouraged me to do the same. Because I believe if you are really a true trader, then take that lamppost, take that responsibility, take that into your stride, and go out and show people what trading is really about. And by doing that, we will be able to eliminate the naysayers. We'll be able to eliminate the people that essentially are the scammers, are the people that gives our industry a bad name. Because in all truth, it's not that we cannot afford it, it's just that we have such a passion for our industry. We have such a desire to see this industry thrive because it adds such a great deal of value to the people that does find a success in it. And because of that, it's such a shame to see how this industry is being negatively affected by all of these guys that claims to trade and that claims to make all of these ridiculous returns when they're not even willing to put up a live trade. And so I really encourage you guys to kind of continue carrying the lamppost of what Easy Trader start and kind of just pushing it forward. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of other, guys that goes out and put their necks on the line, but I'm sharing it from my perspective. I'm sharing it from the guys that has influenced me, and whoever influenced you. I mean, I would encourage you to go and commend them. Um, and that's what I wanted to just kind of add to this video. As you guys can see, we had a bit of a pullback. Now we're building a little bit of momentum, and essentially, it's just a case of us now having to wait and see how this particular trade works itself out. For now, I'll just go ahead and press pause, and we'll come back as soon as we have something to report. Okay, guys, just back, and looks like we're actually having quite a bit of a pullback over here. And the question now comes in as, can we be taken out on our trail stop over here, and it looks like there is a high chance that we could. Um, it's quite a shame, really, because we were fairly close to our second target at 30 pips. So let me go over and bring the account so that you guys can have a look and see. So you guys can see we actually starting to, instead of having the green be highlighted, we actually have the red being highlighted over here. So yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, it's just a case of sticking to your plan. And so a lot of the times, one of the things that you tend to do when you start out trading is that you live in the woulda shoulda coulda phase. And the woulda shoulda coulda phase implies that um, you could have taken your profit there. You should have taken your profit there. Oh my word, I would have taken profit there, but I thought it was going to go up. The funny thing about the woulda, shoulda, coulda phase is um, if it had gone up and then the woulda, shoulda, coulda would not even remotely be presented at this point of the year. Instead, it would have been all the way up over here. So even if this was to reverse and come all the way back up, and then it would have still been a case of I was always going to stick to that plan. And so I find so many new traders living in that way of thinking. And that is what I mean when I talk about the trader's mindset. That's not the trader's mindset, guys. Understand that the trader's mindset is the mindset that looks at things from a holistic perspective. It doesn't focus on one particular position. One trade does not make or break your account. One trade does not make or break your career as a trader. One trade is just a speck in so many different other trades that you're going to be taking over the course of the year or the course of your career. And that's the difference, that's the difference. So if you look at it from that perspective, it makes it easier to actually get taken out on your stop loss, or get taken out on your trail stop, or get taken out on a loss. Essentially, one of the key things that you want to be mindful of is working so hard on developing the trader's mindset. And so there are many different strategies, there are many different approaches that one can have when it comes to the market. However, if you do not have the mindset needed to succeed, then all of your strategies, all of your knowledge goes out the window. So the intention with regards to a particular trade or the outcome of a particular trade is to view it from a trader's mindset perspective, and not from a typical trader's perspective. And I quote the book when I say typical trader, Trading in the Zone, which is a brilliant book on trader psychology. But for the most part, guys, I mean, even if you look at this very simple position over here, we had a very nice run to the upside. We got taken out on our target, our first target, in fact, and now the market had this pullback over here. This could easily have just been a retracement. And because this could have been a retracement, ultimately one's assumption, because you actually in a long, you become to you tend to overvalue or overestimate, or keep your focus on the wrong bar. You start to focus and you become very agitated when the market is moving down, and you become very relieved when the market is moving up. And this is qualities of a typical trader's mindset, because you become obsessed with every single move, and doing that will drive you utterly insane. And that's why so many traders that start out trading, they have a tendency to sit in front of their computers obsessing over every single move that the market makes, and as a result of that, just causing themselves to go insane in the process. And so the objective is not to sit and focus on every move the market will make, because between where the market is and where you could potentially get stopped out, that is just one trade in line of a whole bunch of other trades that you're going to take. And you're going to become very exhausted if you focus on every single move the market makes, on every single trade that you take. So once you've taken the trade, let it go and move on to the next one, whatever the outcome may be, whether you win or whether you lose. Take it with a pinch of salt and move over to the next one. So essentially, guys, this is what we are looking at today. I'm still in the position, as you guys can see. I'm still definitely in the position. We're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. And the question is, could this be seen as a pullback, or is it going to be seen as a continuation to the upside? Um, and or will it come all the way down to stop us out on break even? Bear in mind, we cannot lose on this position, so that's a positive in our favor. But it would be nice, personally, honestly, it would be very nice to see the market kind of rally its way all the way up and take us out on our target, and we'll be able to close off our session for today. But for the most part, I really hope that you guys are finding value with these small nuggets that I'm sharing with you guys, and also that you guys are finding value in the video content that we're uploading. Um, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and press pause, and I will wait and see how this specific trade setup develops, and I will get back to you guys as soon as we have something to report. Okay, guys, just back, and looks like we were actually taken out on our second target. Let me go ahead and bring the account up for you guys so that you can see. So I'm gonna take a screenshot because, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I was actually in a meeting, um, and whilst I was in the meeting, the market actually came and closed me out on the position. So let's just bring that across over here. Okay, so as you guys can see, we entered the position over here. We had our stops set in place, and fortunately for us, we had a very good day, and we took about 530, yeah, $530 dollars for the day, which is not a bad day. It's like it's not a bad day. So the question remains: is there still opportunities? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is many opportunities in the market, but for now, I think I'm very happy to kind of, keep things as is. So I'm not looking to take any positions moving forward. It's only 11 o'clock on my side, and I think I'm going to be doing some work on some other projects, projects such as the Gen series, and just continuing to refine the content and do my best to promote it as best I can. If you guys are interested in checking out the Gen series, I will leave a link below. Have a look at it. It's a very, very awesome program that we've put together, or online program that we've put together. So if you guys are interested, check it out, and you can see what it's all about. And then also, look, I want to say thank you to all of you that takes the time out of your day to just watch these videos. And if you really do enjoy the content that we upload, please consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. And leave a like, leave a thumbs up, and also if you don't mind sharing it, that will be highly appreciated. But for the most part, guys, if there's anything that you'd like to add, if there's any questions that you want to ask, please feel free to pop a comment in the comment section below. For the most part, I hope that you guys have an awesome day further, and I look forward to chatting to you all soon. Also, before we end off today's video, I want to make mention that tomorrow will be our midweek review. So this is how we're going to moving forward. Every Sunday we are going to upload a weekly market outlook, which is going to be a overall view of the week, and just kind of doing some analysis with regards to what could potentially happen in the week to come, and that's going to be our Sunday market outlook. That's going to be uploaded every Sunday, latest Monday morning, and then every Tuesday we have our live trading. So our live trading sessions is on a Tuesday, and then on a Wednesday will be our midweek review. So we're going to be quite busy on our YouTube channel, and whatever you guys would like us to talk about, if there are any specific topics that you would like us to cover, please feel free to send us a message, comment below. We are here to add value, and we are here to ensure that you guys are able to get as much value from us as possible. So for the most part, like I said, hope that you have an awesome day further, and I do really look forward to chatting to you all soon. But up until then, cheers and bye for now.